So with TikTok ending soon, I kind of want to make a video just kind of describing the ups and downs of my career and kind of the path that I've taken because I've been known as a lot of different things and I've done a lot of different things and made a lot of different content over the years, and I kind of want to just tell you guys my story for one last time. So I started streaming in 2019. I was on Twitch. In 2019, I was in love with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. For those who don't know, that was my favorite game of all time, and that was pretty much the only thing I did. Like for years, from like 2019, all of 2020, and all of 2021, that's pretty much all I did was just play Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. It was open arenas every single day. I would get up at like 5 a.m. and like by like 5:30, 5:45, had an open arena, and I would stream for like the next like 8 hours every single day forever. All the way through the pandemic, everything through lockdown, everything, every single day, I was on that shit forever. And obviously, the lockdown was a crazy time. People had stimulus checks, and for the world, it sucked. For a lot of people, the lockdown sucked. But just for streaming, it was absolutely insane and a time that I will never forget. Playing Smash with all those people every single day, playing with viewers every single day. I was going to tournaments, had tournaments online. I used to host like sub tournaments, all that type of shit. That shit was a wild time. That was probably some of the most fun times I've ever had in my life. Genuinely was during the lockdown, during the pandemic. Luckily, I didn't have to work during that time, and I was just streaming full time at that time. Obviously, I know for the world it sucked, and for a lot of people it sucked, but just as a streamer, that shit was insane. But then, once the lockdown ended, things just totally changed. And around 2022 and like towards the end of 2021, Smash really started to like die off. The hype started to end. All the DLC had already been released. There was no longer like super high Smash Bros. Hype. Like once Sora came out, and once they stopped patching the game, like shortly after Sora came out, there was no more patches. The game has been stagnant. The game has basically been the same since 2021. The hype and the amount of viewers and the amount of people that would join and play Smash at the time really just totally ended. Like it just totally died. And that gave me a big problem because nobody knew that I liked other games. Nobody watched me for anything else. And once they stopped watching me for Smash because they weren't watching Smash, period, that kind of just put me in a spot where I kind of lost it all. And I had to go back to work. And I had to kind of just end, my full-time streaming career at that point to go get a job. And, at that point, I had to really just focus and find something new because everything that I'd known up to that point was just kind of gone. And it was at that point in 2022 that I started using TikTok, that I found TikTok. Not that I found it, but I started really taking it seriously. I started making TikToks. And how I really got started, how I got like my first 1,000 followers on this app to start, monetizing and start streaming, doing live streams and stuff, was actually really just talking shit about Dark Souls. Like genuinely, I do not like Dark Souls. I don't really fuck with the Dark Souls community, if you guys know that. And I was like really beefing with them for a hot minute. And I had a couple videos that didn't go like viral, like super viral, but kind of gained a little bit of traction. And I kind of went from like maybe like 200 followers up to like 1,200 kind of in like a month or two, just from beefing with Dark Souls fans. And I'll never forget that. And then around that time, also Scarlet and Violet came out, and I was really, really hating on Scarlet and Violet at the time because I fucking hate Scarlet and Violet. That game fucking blows hot ass, hot dookie shit. Okay, that game's terrible. And making all those videos about Scarlet and Violet really kind of repped it up even more. And then boom, then I could stream on TikTok. And when I got on TikTok, like I said, I really love Pokemon. And Scarlet and Violet just come out, and I wanted to really get into Pokemon, but there wasn't really anything mainline Pokemon just sucked at the time. And I've seen people stream Pokemon a lot on this app and do really well. So I wanted to kind of get into it. And, at the time I was playing a bunch of different ROM hacks. I was playing like Infinite Fusion. I was just kind of bouncing around a couple different ROM hacks. And then I found Pokemon Emerald Rogue. And during Emerald Rogue times, man, that's really when shit just kind of took up to another level. Getting like, I was getting more views playing Emerald Rogue than I ever did on Twitch, and I was like full-time streamer back then. Like, I really just saw the potential of TikTok. It's like, holy shit, I'm getting put out into all these people. I'm seeing all these new people. I'm getting like 100 followers a stream. It's like, what the fuck is happening? And once I beat Emerald Rogue a couple times, it's like, okay, we're gonna find something new, and we're gonna just fucking kill it. And then I started playing Radical Red. And Radical Red changed my life forever. Radical Red, Pokemon Radical Red, changed my life for the rest of my life, forever. It was probably the best decision I ever made to start mono-locking Radical Red. Because the people that were there during that time, it was just such a special time. Like, it was just such an insane run. I used to have this wheel, and people would donate to like spin the wheel, and all these crazy things would happen. I would like dead box Pokemon and revive them and change so many things and do push-ups and all these crazy things are on this wheel, like song requests and all these different things. It was just an insane time. And Radical Red, all those people that came by during those streams, I still consider them some of my best friends today. I was in a fucking fantasy league with a lot of them. They're still like super awesome people, awesome homies that were gonna follow me anywhere. Shout out to all you guys. You guys know you are. The Red folks, those Red people were just, those streams were just legendary. And at that point, I kind of knew I was back. I was back. I was him. TikTok really just saved my whole career. And it really just saved me, gave me a second home, gave me a new hope, gave me a lot of new experiences, and gave me so much more confidence to make content. And after that, we beat Rad Red 18 fucking times. There's 18 types, monolocked it 18 times, and then we did a couple other Rad Red runs that were like, mono cat, mono dog. We did a couple more, but then I started to get a little burnt out from Pokemon, and at that point there was like nothing left for me. And then, everyone was just telling me, oh, just play whatever you like. And, Borderlands is my all-time favorite franchise ever. I literally have so much like Borderlands merch behind me. It's literally my favorite thing. You see some of the posters and stuff behind me. Borderlands is my all-time favorite video game franchise ever. I can't wait for Borderlands 4, by the way. So I started streaming Borderlands, and around that time, Helldivers was like the biggest thing. I know that sounds crazy to think about, but this was about a year ago when Helldivers was like the shit. Helldivers was the shit at the time. It was taking over everything. It was on everyone's For You page. I nonstop heard about Helldivers forever and ever and ever. Every single video was just about Helldivers. And when I was playing Borderlands, everyone just kept asking me, why don't you play Helldivers? And they just kept asking me over and over again, why don't you play Helldivers? Why don't you play Helldivers? And I was just like, I don't want to play Helldivers. I want to play Borderlands. I'm playing Borderlands. So it actually irked me so much that I just started putting the caption and the title as not Helldivers. And it was just, I don't want people to come in and just be like, why aren't you playing Helldivers? I'm like, this is not Helldivers. And it just blew up so much. Everybody would just come into my streams and just start flooding the comments with just, is this Helldivers? Is this Helldivers? Why aren't you playing Helldivers? Not Helldivers? Like just forever and ever and ever. And it sparked such a legendary meme that I actually got this as a gift. Shout out to my community for gifting me a not Helldivers Borderlands poster. Yeah, that's pretty fucking goated. So yeah, then I was a not Helldivers guy. And, I was that for a long time. And now I'm doing a 100 game challenge. And now TikTok's about to get banned. And, here I am trying to, stay afloat. And that's kind of been my story on TikTok for a long time. So shout out to you guys. Shout out to everybody. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitch and YouTube. I'm Retech Rapper on both. Thank you guys so much, man. Much love to y'all.